Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is Patrick Mackenzie here, Egg Not Poker. New video today, has been a while, hasn't it? It's been a good couple of days. It's been actually I believe it's been at least a week since we've had a video. I apologise for that, I've been very busy. But we will get the content to you thick and fast, I promise you this. So let's have a look at how we're doing on this micro stakes challenge to begin with. So we put in a little bit of volume and we are currently, how are we doing actually? We are currently up $29.08. So we're on the way to becoming millionaires. 553, big blind by 100, all in adjustments actually 834. This is a little bit closer to what we are looking for in a win rate. As you can see, we've back on the ascent, which is nice. Trying to get back to at least 10 big blind per 100 adjusted, potentially more if we can. Making some big adjustments as we're going, becoming a bit more aggressive and also becoming extremely fold happy in a few spots where I was very, very comfortably getting it in. I've changed my mind, and I think I'm now absolutely trying to do my best to adjust to how these populations are playing. We've got a decent sample now, so I'm starting to really sort of identify how these balls are playing. So I'm trying to update and adjust these strategies that I'm giving to you guys to become winners at the lowest micro stakes on stars. So that's how we are currently doing. And let's move over to, sorry, bear with me 1 second. Move this up so we can get started. Okay, so let's just jump straight into the action. Let's stop talking about random stuff and let's just get straight in. So as we know, guys, as always, 1 cent, 2 cent is one of those stakes. Especially on stars, it's going to be very tight, isn't it? Very, very tight, very, very nut heavy. People are going to be kind of randomly stabbing random stuff all over the place and then giving up, and people aren't really going to be having many bluffs, but we're just going to do our best to try and become millionaires. We are very, very close. We're about $5 to $10 away from of profit away from moving up to 5NL, which will be the next part of this micro stakes mini series. I still don't have a specific target as such. It's in terms of how much like I really want to make. I'm not doing this to like make $10,000. I'm not doing some challenge with a specific number of hands or a specific money requirement. I'm just going to min open because I've got an 18 big blind stack here. I don't want to sort of induce him to shove. But we're just looking to just basically make a mini series out of it. So we will also, I did promise that I would be doing more videos with 25NL, 50NL, 100NL, etc. like we did originally about a month and a half, 2 months ago. So I promise you we will be doing some more content of that. I do promise. I did say before that we will be doing more of that, and I haven't recently, and I know some of you are really, really looking forward to seeing some of that content again. So we will absolutely be doing some more of that for you soon, guys. I do promise this. So table 1, we've got an easy 3-bet here with the kings. There's nothing really to say, is it? Let's put a bunch more money in. I'm trying to think of size. I'm going to go with around 13, 14, I believe. Something like that. Let's just go massive at this stage. Shall we see if we can get some money in? Let's do it. And I'm just going to fold table 2 with our ace 8. Just trying to get to showdown and fold into villains double delayed. River stab. I'm not really too interested in making any hero call with ace highs. Same with the delayed c-bet. I don't really want to bet and get jammed on by that 18 big blind stack. I'm just very happy to just try and get to showdown. So we rolled low. We can bet, we can check, we can I do believe on paired boards we're mostly betting big. However, on the low paired boards we can do some small betting, I believe, as well in GTO, but we are completely exploit based. What I'm going to do, because it's such a dry board, I'm unblocking hearts, and what do villains love to do when check 2? They love to bet, don't they? So let's just go with a check raise and see if we can get loads of money in. If our opponent checks back, it's not the end of the world. We'll go with it. We are absolutely going to be raising, and we're going to be raising massive. We just want to get it in against all his overpairs and flush draws. And we're going to be 4-betting our aces, table 2. Excellent, let's get it in. And we're up against pocket 4s. Lovely, perfect. And we are in a 4-bet pot, table 2, no heart. Ooh, that was close. And we're going to, guess what we're going to do, guys? We're going to do the exact same thing. We've got ace king, we've got ace queen, we've completely missed. We're unblocking spades. Let's let our villain bet and call off with his 10s, his jacks, his 9s. I would think villain would bet pocket 10s. Now he snap checks back, so I feel like he's got a hand more like ace king, ace queen, ace jack himself, even though we do heavily block them. So again, we're going to go for a double check. Hope he rivers a pair. I'm not too worried about him hitting like pocket 9s and things like that. And we're going to go for a call, and we're going to call any river. Not worried about pocket queens. Hoping this guy's got like ace queen. And we're calling. And he's dead. Lovely. Excellent. Well, that's a pretty good start, isn't it? Ta-da! Look how amazing I am, guys. I'm so good at this game. I'm really, really good. I just put it in with kings and aces. I'm a lord. But you can see, right? Like, people don't really tend to bluff. However, if you give them I don't know how to describe it, but it's like if you feign weakness, that's when they bluff. Rather than being like, aha, I know I can 3-bet ace-5 suited and then just go bet, bet, shove. They don't do that, but they might go, haha, you've checked. Population checks and usually gives up. I'll go after that. And that's where you get a lot of the money. So that's always good. Table 1, let's have a look at this villain's stats. This guy's a 22, 21, 18. He's actually an aggressive reg, to be fair, although he's fallen to every steal I've ever seen in my life. Extremely high fold to 3-bet. You know what? Let's just call this guy. I think he's going to fold too often. Let's call him position. Keep a recreational on the big blind in. Very good board for range table 2, multi-way. I think we're just going to play a check. Let's just keep it easy and simple. Very good turn card. I'm not going to slow play table 1. I'm just going to go for a small c-bet on this monotone. And we're going to bet for value table 2. Try and get called by worse queens. Pocket 10s, a 9, some heart draws. Diamonds come in, but I feel like villain doesn't double check a flush draw. The question is, do we get called by a worse queen on this river? I don't know, to tell you the truth. He could also potentially have a 9 or a very weak case. I'm not really looking to bet small and get binned here, just in case he does want to randomly turn his hand into a bluff for some reason. This might be a bit tight, but I think I'm just going to check this back. Oh no, maybe we're geniuses. I was debating going for like a 10% sizing, but I feel like the hand, you know, I feel like he probably would have bet the turn with a queen. I feel like he's likely got a lot of 9x, or he's just got like pocket 6s or something, or a hard draw. Imagine he's got 7, 8 of hearts, sees 10% and bluffs it, and you know, I wouldn't really want to get binned. We're not going to be playing 4-bet bluff set 2 and L, so this is just going to be a fold. Table 2. Fold in the 6 deuce. And opening the king queen. Easy fold with a 9-7. We will be opening our ace-3 suited. As you can see, I have reverted back to a min-opening strategy. I can't confirm if this is the best or not. I really don't. We're not going to be... Oh, this guy's a 10-3-1. There's no considerations anyway, table 1. I would usually... I do tell people to usually sort of revert to the 2.5 size because of the rake, but I feel like I was getting... I don't know if people are bum hunting or whatnot, but I felt like I was getting 3-bet a lot at these stakes. Like, a lot more than I thought I would be. So I thought I could just sort of go ahead and... maybe go back to a min-open size and just see if it see how it works and see how it goes. It's been going okay for now, but we'll have to figure it out. When villain, this guy's a 46-23, is an absolute death whale. He is c-betting 83% of the time. So when he checks, I'm assuming he's got a lot of like ace king, ace queen, which I'm assuming we're just losing to. So let's just see if we can bet small, probably get called on the flop, and then just continue barreling turn and river. What I'm going to do here is I'm specifically going to target ace king, ace queen, ace jack, and I'm just going to go for a heavy shell on the turn. If he calls, I'm probably just going to give up, because I don't think he's going to call a large size on the turn with ace high. And we take it down, lovely. Because this guy's got such a high c-bet, I feel like his c-bets are mainly bluff heavy or value heavy, right? So when he checks, he's very showdown orientated, which means like a smaller pair or a really strong ace high. So I feel like I can just sort of get him off that, which is kind of what we're looking to do. Table 2. We do a decent amount of checking out of position, but again, remember guys, it's like we don't need to play that kind of GTO style often. We can just do a lot of c-betting and barreling. We've got backdoor diamonds, which just makes we put a lot of pressure on a lot of hands. So I'm not going to be check calling / check raise mixing. I'm literally just going to be doing loads of betting and barreling. I'm going to now turn barrel against hands like king 10 of clubs or like any random floats. You might fold a hand like pocket 6s on the turn. If we do get a diamond river, I will bluff diamonds. Otherwise, I will just be giving up on the river. And we're just going to be snap giving up. That's fair enough. That's a decent call by villain. I think he should mostly be calling out on the turn. Mixing some fold though, but I think he should mostly be calling. That's a decent call from our opponent. I would not be looking to try and make a hand like pocket 9s fold. And I don't really want to triple barrel because I feel like villain, you know, we also block some folds. I feel like villain's going to have a decent amount of ace-x at that point as well. I suppose he could also have a hand like an 8 or maybe like pocket 6s or something. But the thing is, it's like, you know, with a diamond in my hand, I'm blocking a lot of folds. Maybe you could argue for maybe a 10% size, but I'd prefer not to have a diamond combo in my hand at that point. Just to fold out other flush draw combos, for example. Just going to do a short and snappy one for today, guys. I'm going to do about 15 to 20 minutes. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a video every day for the next couple of days where we've got a fine gentleman doing some of the micro stakes. I will be doing a 2-part review for him. That will be coming tomorrow and the day after for Mr. One Clean Bag. That's his name. And then after that, I will be doing one more micro stake series video. And then I will be jumping into some mixed low to mid stake, micro into low stakes and mid stakes action. So that means starting at all the stakes we did before. So we've done loads of micro stakes. So we'll probably 2NL micro stakes, that is. So we'll probably do a 5NL video, then 10, 16, 25, 50, and 100. Like we did before. So I did promise that before, and I will chuck those out for you guys. And I'll probably do between 30 and 45 minutes per stake. This is an awkward spot because I've got a guy with 16 big. So if I min open this, it's kind of awkward because I don't really want to call a shove. But I do have loads of other recreationals, and they're not really doing any 3 betting. So let's see if we can min open and either take it down or just play in position versus one of the other recreationals. So I think it's okay to open this. If you were adopting a 2.5x strategy, I would deviate at spots like this, where you can min open to avoid sort of save an extra half a big blind to a blind here and there every single time you're going to come in these spots where you don't really want to get shoved on or call a shove. Also, it's less likely villain might jam against a 2 versus like a 2.5 or 3x. Against a recreational with we have a clear value bet. I'm just gonna. I mean, to be honest, again, sizing doesn't really matter. It's just what can we get called by, doesn't it? We could even just potentially check back, but I don't really want to. I just want to go for a lot of small probes, keeping a lot of all his floats and get value from worse hands, 10-8, 10-9, Jack X, maybe some Ace X floats, pocket pairs, whatnot. Just get some value wherever we can get it, I suppose. I think I'd rather be doing betting on flops and turns and then potentially checking back river rather than doing any kind of pot control on flop when I can just get clear value. This guy's got an extremely high fold to 3-bet, and he's quite tight, and I have a recreational in the big blind. So what I'm actually going to do is you can also GTO-wise potentially flat ace-king in the small blind some of the time, but I'm going to mainly actually call this out of position just because this guy is so tight and overfolds to 3-bet that I actually feel I make more money in this pool by check calling, allowing him to basically keep in more of his like king queen offs, king jack offs, ace jack offs, and then I can still make tons of money versus his like ace queen, ace jack suited, etc. Anyway, or just worse ace x, king x that I can potentially call and raise later streets. I get loads of money from him one way or another. The way this is played, I picked up a gut shot. I don't really feel like I need to turn my hand into a bluff. I don't really want to bet fold off my equity. I don't really want to just sort of bet into hands that won't fold. I don't need to make ace jack fold, ace 10 fold, etc. The only disadvantage, as you can see, with potentially doing things like this, like flatting ace king exploitatively, sometimes is you can induce action behind us, and you can not so much being squeezed because that's not a problem. But I'm going to call 1 here with my ace king because we've got 2 overs and a direct gut shot. We can just beat a random stab from villain, but I'm not going to be calling river, and I'm just going to be looking to go to showdown. That's completely fine. We've got a decent amount of equity versus 6s, plus we could just easily be ahead versus any random stab. Population do tend to absolutely give up on later streets also, which is something that's giving us a bit more confidence with calling, as long as we're not sort of death stationing down. I'm going to be opening my ace-4 offsuit. We decided to check. I mean, you can bet or check. Because I didn't have a club, I mean, it doesn't really make too much difference, but I thought I would just try and realise a turn. If I had a club here, I would absolutely be barreling this turn. Bluffing this turn, sorry. As played, I mean, we've only got queen high, so we are pretty low down here, right? I'm going to go ahead and try and bluff this river. I think like this guy would have donked with a decent club, so we're only up against one person who might call. We're hoping, so I'm just going to go ahead with a 2/3 stab and just see if we can take it down. I'm assuming, I'm not saying this is probably break even / maybe a slight winning play if you wanted to look at it, I suppose. But I would just think that we can just go ahead and go after these spots. I think a lot of people sort of bluff flush draws on turns with a club or bet into them on the river should they have it. So we go for it. Unfortunate that we take it down with the kings. It's a little bit annoying. Maybe we can get some value with queens. That's extremely tight. Let's mark him up. This guy's even tighter. Let's also mark him up. Let's just mark these recreationals. This guy's a 11-5-0, which means if this guy squeezes the big blind versus an early position open, or early mid position open, I'm kind of scared. Really hoping he just calls or folds. If he 3-bets this, like, it just puts us in a weird spot. One thing to note, wow, we're getting big cards today, is absolutely give your villains more respect than they deserve at these stakes, especially on stars. They do genuinely have it more, way more often than you think, than you would think is possible. But these guys sit and they wait, and they do have it a lot. So do be careful and do respect them. I think I'm always going to start with a check with an underpair, allow him to bet worse pocket pairs or bluffs on the turn. Let's do that. We'll be calling, obviously. Unless this guy goes like 15, then he's probably going to win. Against double check, I'm just hoping this guy's turned a jack or he's got like pocket eights. I don't think I need to go massive. I don't want to sort of say, oh, I'm not going to play a line where I'm going to check back and then overbet and things like that. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to target pocket eights, pocket nines, pocket sevens, ace three, a jack, etc. I think they're going to call a delayed bet. I don't think he's going to fold any of that range. So there's no point in going sort of super massive either, because I don't want to sort of put doubt in his mind. Easy fold with our ace seven offsuit, table one. Play for another 2 or 3 minutes or so, and then we will be done. Another nit, let's mark him up. No offense if you're watching the video, I don't mean it in a nasty way. I'm just saying what I see. Pocket nines. So usually I would be saying, 50 big blind villain, blind on blind, pocket nines. If villain decides to 3-bet, we're going to 4-bet, get it in. I would be very careful who you are stacking off against pre-flop. Pre-flop is the biggest trap I've ever seen at micro stakes on stars. I swear, like when you have hands like 8s, 9s, 10s, even jacks, ace queen, ace jack, etc., and villains have like 30 big blinds plus, even 20 big blinds plus, or even lower. Most of the time they actually, I mean, this is over my 25k hands or so sample. I think every single time, maybe 5, 6, 7 times, I've just been shown aces, kings, ace queen, ace king, and very rarely hands like 10s plus. Because it just tends to be hands that they know that villains have the best hand with, honestly. Back in the day, it used to more of the case be sort of fishy jams, like, guy's tilting, he's got 40 bigs left, he's got like ace 7 suited or something, it just sticks it in, your pocket 10s are a monster. Whereas now, that it doesn't even seem to be the case. It really doesn't. Queen 5 suited here, it would be a pure defend versus a 2.5x open or so. Versus a 3x, I think it's just really close. I suppose because of the rake as well, I don't really want to flat against a perceived tight. Against the button, I'm probably just going to still defend it, even against a 3x. But against like a really tight, well, a kind of taggy 2-L sort of regular who doesn't have a very aggressive cutoff range, calling like these sort of 3x sizes to just not be able to do a lot post-flop is really tough to make money from. So honestly, I would rather 3-bet or fold those against those sizes, against the larger sizes I would. Which is really sort of frustrating, but it is what it is, isn't it, I suppose. I'm not playing any frequency 4-bet bluffs at this stake. So, for example, like there will occasionally be some spots where I've got like a suited ace in a sort of early to mid position that can roll some 4-bets. I can have a hand like king jack suited, king 10 suited, ace jack suited. I'm not rolling 4-bets. I'm either calling or folding almost all the time. I just think it's the best thing to do. Most people's 3-bet ranges are too tight or too extremely polarized. So it's kind of like all they're going to do is just continue with loads of better hands and very rarely fold if they do have a bluff. Easy call here with a king queen offsuit, and I'm going to be stacking off versus position 1 here. I don't know what to do against the cutoff, but we'll see how they go. I'm not going to call multi-way. I think king 9 doesn't play well enough at these stakes, and we're just going to jam the flop. If he's got a better hand, he wins. Good luck. Okay, he's got a good shot, which we block, which is nice. Oh, he hits ace, which is sad, which is his over. Well, we'll take it. We were a good, decent favourite. I've also found that these limpers never fold. When I say never, I mean absolutely never fold. As in, if I have a hand like king deuce suited and I make it 5 to 6x, they don't fold. Like they just don't. They're adamant to see the flop. I could bet or check. I'm going to start with a check call, I think, table 2. You know what? I'm going to limp for half a big blind against an Astro Nit here in the big blind, who I don't think is going to be squeezing without an extremely good hand. So I'm just going to try and realise against a recreational and a really, really tight player. Table 2, this guy's a 22-8 with a 2% 3-bet, 90% fold to steal. I don't think this guy's betting wide. I think he's absolutely got a 10, a pocket pair, or a really strong flush draw. So I'm not going to be floating to do any shenanigans out of position. I'm literally just going to fast fold. I'm not going to check call against that type of villain. It is tight, and if you would in GTA, you'd be mixing check call and check raise there, I believe, as well as betting some of the time. Start with check table 1, but I'm not going to be doing that. I just want to play pure exploit. Table 1, I suppose I could bet. I could check call or check raise. I think both are just all completely fine. I think what I'll do is I'll go for a turn stab, try and take it down. If not, we'll see what we can maybe do on rivers. Like, we never need to be balanced in any kind of way at this stake or any stake near it, like 2NL, 5NL, 10NL. So it's just a case of how can we make money or save money. That's all it is. It's just very, very simple. Off stream or off YouTube videos, I do tend to do more GTO just because it keeps me sane. Because I get really, when I'm making these videos, I don't mind talking and just talking and talking and talking and just going from there, whatever. Easy check table 1, I think. But if I was playing by myself, I get extremely bored playing an extremely sort of have it very tight, very slow based style. So that's why I'm a bit sort of up and down like a yo-yo on my graph, I suppose. But for the sake of the video, because this is, I mean, I'm not coaching, but I'm saying this is an educational video, isn't it? You know, this content is for you guys to help you guys improve at the micro stakes, especially the lowest micro stakes, right? So, I'm trying to show you the most honest approach. You don't really do any crazy stuff that often. You're just looking for very, very clear value, very easy folds, very sort of overfolding, and really maximizing value wherever you can get it, and then just pumping the volume in and repeating the process. And it's just that simple. Yeah, pretty much. Again, we can absolutely 3-bet the pocket jacks and get it in. We can call. I'm trying to think what I would prefer to do against the population. I mean, I know we just mainly 3-bet. You know what? Let's just 3-bet, I suppose. And we will be getting it in against a 50 big blind stack. I'm not like thrilled or fist pumping, but I think I could get it in against 10s and 9s and 8s and ace king, ace queen, ace jack. Yeah, so I'm not really too upset. And if you can get it in with ace queen, I'm also very, very happy to face those types of hands as well. So that's a nice one. Table 2, we can do a decent amount of small betting or checking. I've technically rolled a check. Let's just check for the sake of checking. We're not doing it to be exploitative, but you know what? Fuck it. With a heart on the turn, we can go for value or we can check again. Either are completely fine. Betting and getting raised kind of just sucks because we lose our chance to realize, and we can technically get bluffed. But to be honest, against population, it probably would have been better to just bet the flop or turn. Absolutely going for value on the turn. I'm just going to go for about 60%. Try and get called by a 9, pocket 8s, 7s, any kind of one pair. Just go. I don't think we get bluffed in that spot. We do go for a 3-bet table 1. I mean, again, with that, like against the way the population open and call 3-bets, their 3-bet defense range versus 3-bets is always extremely tight. So I'm very, very sort of bluff heavy, value bet heavy, or pot control heavy. So this one, we've got second pair. I'm not going to look to bet. I'm not going to look to have any kind of strategy. I'm literally just checking back and trying to get to showdown because I knew I was going to turn trip 8s as well. Hopefully this guy's got a good hand now. So now I'm flipping my reverse hat on to being very, whereas before I was very like, oh, let's get to showdown, whereas now I'm like, let's absolutely pump money in against like ace queen, king queen. So I am never doing anything other than raising, and I'm raising huge. You know why I'm raising huge? Because this guy's inelastic. If he's got ace queen, king queen, queen jack, he doesn't fold. If he has a bluff, he folds. So let's just bet big against the value range and then try and stack off against it. It's very, very simple. I'm going to bet one big blind and fold to raise table 2, get called by like pocket 7s, pocket 6s, etc. That's completely fine for him to have an ace. That's why we bet really, really small. I don't want to check and fold and get bluffed. I don't want to bet big or bet half. I'm not bluffing, I'm value betting, but it's just a very small size to target all the weakest parts of his showdown range that we can beat. I suppose betting flop or turn would have also been fine. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. At these stakes, you can always go back for value. You don't have to, when there's dodgy flops and turns, you can absolutely still get the value on later streets, so you don't really have to worry. We're just going to start with an auto c-bet table 1. I don't care that I don't have a diamond. I'm just going to bet my range on a lot of textures. This is one thing I found as well versus leads. It depends on the type of player. Like this guy, I've only got 21 hands, but he is a 52-24. This means that he's a bit wider than most, but I don't really have a value raise. I think I've just got a call. I just want to keep him in right? I don't want to raise against like king queen, king jack, king 10, etc. Versus a one big blind, I don't think this guy has a king any longer. I think he's just got some kind of weird hand. It's weird because I don't really want to raise and get re-raised, but I'm pretty sure I have the best hand. But I really don't know what this guy's got, to be honest. I have no idea. I suppose we could go for a small raise for value versus like maybe like queen jack, something like that, and then obviously we can still call a raise if he does decide to re-raise on the turn. The only reason I also have the luxury of having the flush draw as well, right? So I suppose I'm not really too upset. I don't like going massive there on that turn though, because it's still unclear whether he still has a better king, and he just is concerned about a wet texture on the turn. You don't really know at this level, so you just kind of have to go with it on the fly. Right, we're going to set out on the next big blind for both tables, and we will be done. So let's easy fold king deuce. This gentleman's open to 5x. That's pretty significant. Let's go ahead with call table 1, try and flop a set. Channel it, boys and girls. Boom. Nope, nearly. One off. This guy with a 22-8 with a 2% 3-bet. Nearly a 90% fold to steal and 3-bet is deciding to lead multi-way. I think that just means we fold. I don't think I'm going to be doing anything other than folding. A deuce, easy fold. King 4, easy fold. I don't reckon we're going to get any more hands. I reckon this is going to sit out, but we'll see. Just before we do finish, guys, if you are still watching, please like, please comment, please subscribe. It's and join the Discord. All the information and all the usual jazz, as always, is in the link below in the description. You can find it down there, along with the wizard link as well, if you're interested. Check that out. Give me a second. When we're done, we will look at the results to see how we've got on. Okay, that's us done. Let's have a look. Oh, God, what table was it? Was it this one? This one? Let me refresh. So we are currently up $4.63. We will take that. I will not complain. Let's have a look at our graph, see what that's done to us. Let's refresh this one. Okay, so it's a bit healthier. So we are currently up. So our big blind is a little bit healthier. We're back to 671, and our all-in adjustment big blind 100 is now 904. So we're getting there. I'd very much like us to be between 10 and 15. But we'll see. It depends how many hands we've got left until we make our $100 bankroll from 50 up to 100 for us to move up to 5 and L to take our shots. These results here, as you can see, are all sort of non-rake back. These are all pre-rake back, these statistics here. The bankroll as it stands, I mean, I started on $50. Total, our bankroll is currently, do give me a second, it's currently $98.90, so we only need another $1.10. That's including because we got that, the profit from sorry, I'm trying not to blabble. The total profit is including rakeback and the leaderboard prizes. However, all the result win rates, as in what you are looking at right here, is all without rake. So this is just what we've purely won here from playing. We haven't had any rake back with these results. Our bankroll has, but their actual technical results and what we're applying our win rate on is nothing to do with rake. Okay, it's just, but if anyone's curious, this game can absolutely be destroyed without rake back, especially at the micro stakes. So that's it for us today. I will be posting a new video tomorrow. That will be I'll be doing 2 videos, one tomorrow and one the day after for session reviews. I think it's 10 and L off the top of my head. And then we'll be doing one more microstakes video from me, and then I will be doing, and then the next ones will be a couple of ladder sessions where we do 10 and L, 5 and L, 10 and L, 25, 16, 50, 100. So do keep a lookout for those, guys. So as always, thank you so much for watching. Stay easy, keep watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all the same shit. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.